Hi, it's Colin Coward. I started The Volume to bring you some of the most authentic voices in sports. While you're here, make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks.
One story that's circulating a little bit, and for the first time really ever, I mean truly ever, it feels like there's some legs behind it because he's put some quotes behind it. It's Tom Brady and his future with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And not just his future with the Bucs, but his future as an NFL football player. And I guess he has his own podcast, Let's Go. Basically said, I owe it to my family and my kids to be there. And the moment that I feel that they deserve more of me than football, it's almost time to go. And I just watched him with Jim Gray saying the moment he feels that he can't give 100% to the team, he's out. And listen, maybe you'd have to do some fact checking here. I don't remember him ever talking like this. And there was a story, I think Sunday morning, maybe it was Saturday morning, by, Schefter or one of those, or maybe it was Rap Sheet, that there is some talk in the league, and really I think with the team, that this might be it for Tom. To me, the moment you start talking about that, the moment you start thinking about retirement, the moment you wrap your head around, I could be vacationing, I don't have to do this. And he's already made steps, right? The last several years, Tampa and that last year in New England, he stopped going to the offseason activity. His kids are getting older. He's old, relative to the NFL players. He started living a normal life in the offseason, kind of Rodgers style. I'm not coming to any stuff. I will not be there from the day the season ends till training camp. I will take care of myself. I'm a grown-up. I can train. I will see you in training camp. And he's Tom Brady. No one cared. Cool, Tom. Do whatever you want to do. But I think now he's starting to think do I want to do this? And the way Tom does something, all of his chips are in the middle of the table. He, I think, has proven to be the most addicted football player in the history of the sport. He changed his entire life from training to dieting to literally doing everything to ultimately get to 44 years old. And it's clearly honestly, I think we almost underestimate what we witnessed these last 2 years. How good he was in Tampa. I don't care who he was throwing to. Obviously he was throwing some good players, but the numbers he was putting up at 43 and 44 years old. And ultimately he lost a playoff game at home. That's how good his team was. Win the playoffs last year, or win the Super Bowl last year, and this year be good enough to host a playoff game. And they just ran out of bodies. They just ran out of, you need good, you can't beat playoff teams without some of your best players. Tristan Wirfs nowhere to be found is a problem. Godwin nowhere to be found is a problem. The Rams, they hit on some of these moves. And I think Tom's coming to grips with it might be over. And you just watch, just type it into Google. Watch the way he's talked the last 24 hours. He has not talked like that in previous years. And if this is all we get from Tom Brady, he'll just, to me, you could argue of the last 20 years, he's the biggest superstar in America. Him or LeBron. But Tom won more than LeBron. Tom's got 7 rings. Went to 9 Super Bowls. That's never getting matched. It's never getting matched. Patrick Mahomes could win 3 Super Bowls and still be 4 short of Tom. Think of the likelihood that Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson ever win a Super Bowl. Think how hard that is. Aaron Rodgers has been kicking ass and taking names. Has won. So if this is it for Tom, and I think it'll play out over the next couple weeks, maybe the next month, we'll definitely know by, by free agency. But it's uneducated. I don't know the guy. But just start putting, 2 and 2 together. Listen to his voice. Now he's a competitor. He loves football, so maybe he still tries to play one more year. But I have a hard time seeing he won't half in, half out. He's an all-in guy. And I think there's a above 50% chance that was his last game he's ever played. Thanks for watching 3 and Out. You can check out the podcast below in the description. And make sure you subscribe right now to the Volumes YouTube channel.